Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for your mid-May messages. So you have intention coming out as your first card. And this says, intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. So there is an element here mid-May about being quite decisive and clear about what you want to do, getting clear about the future, and really ironing out all of the details about what these upcoming weeks and months and even years of your life are going to look like. So I feel like you do have a lot of intentionality, and intention is magic, for real. And when we lack intention, it's kind of like being on a sailboat and not having the sails up. You know, you're just kind of floating wherever the heck the waves and the wind want to take you. But intentionality will take you where you want to go, you know. So there's a lot of beauty when it comes to intentionality, and you can get very specific about what you want, or you can even just say, my intention is to allow the highest good to unfold. And turn me, universe, into somebody who knows clearly what my highest good looks like. We have the eel and iris with safety. Beautiful. So there is an element mid-May about protecting your relationships, what you have, and also staying safe. When I think of safety, like wearing safety goggles, driving safely, protecting your body, protecting yourself. I feel like you're in a very protective, divine masculine mood mid-May. You're wanting to protect the beauty in your life. You're wanting to protect the divine feminine, the magic in your life, which I think is just so stunningly beautiful. There is an element here about just really being clear about what you want and protecting that. I don't know. It's just there. I'm picking up some beauty. It feels like almost I'm getting a vision of the clouds parting and the sun coming through again. So a lot of you guys may be moving out of uncertainty, moving out of cloudiness, not knowing where you're headed, not knowing where you're going, and into a place of, okay, I know where I'm going. The path is in front of me, and I want to make sure that this path is safe for all involved. I don't know why I'm picking up such a protective energy from you guys. Some of you may be caring for someone or something very intently. Okay, this could be like caring for animals or a relationship or a child, wanting the best for them, wanting to keep them safe and happy at all costs. So I am seeing this divine nurturing sort of energy just radiating from you, Libra, which I think is so beautiful. And you're also protecting yourself and taking care of yourself as well, which is just so great, because I see so many people who are these divine nurturers. They care for everyone around them, but then they neglect themselves. And it's like, you can't really be in your best nurturing energy if you're neglecting yourself. So the fact that you're doing that and you're saying, you know what, I need to also take care of myself in the process, like whether that's like going to therapy, making time for journaling, making time to make yourself some beautiful meals or go to the gym, like just caring for yourself feels so important, and I see you doing that. We have first tarot card out, Four of Earth in reverse. Yeah, things may have been a little bit rocky recently, unstable, and I think there's a big focus here on sort of making a very strong foundation in your life, in your relationships. And like I said, wanting to get very clear about where things are going, how things are unfolding, so that way things can calm down a little bit. We have Strength in reverse, Libra. Make sure that if you're feeling anything negative, shadowy, you have your doubts, your fears, your worries, communicate them, journal them out, and don't just distract yourself away from your feelings, you know. Strength comes from facing your weakness. You know, if you're working out at the gym, lifting weights, trying to gain muscle, you have to feel weak. You know, you have to lift amount of weight that you can barely lift, okay? And you're going to feel weak doing that. When you're learning a language, you're going to feel dumb. You're not going to know what you're saying. And you have to feel dumb in order to get smarter. You know, you have to experience the opposite in order to gain what you want. And that is life. So when you resist facing your shadows and you resist the negative elements of things, you're also going to block away the love, the blessings. And so there is great strength in dealing with challenges head on. And that is how you really protect yourself and others. We have the messenger of water in reverse. See, love and creative ideas, they really want to unfold. But I am seeing there could be a little blockage in them unfolding. And this feels derived from within, Libra. Okay? Like, you may have had the goal to learn a language, learn an instrument, or grow a relationship. And you may have really romanticized that concept, that future of you speaking that language, you being in that relationship. But do you have the discipline to actually go through the difficulties involved with maintaining that? Okay, that's the question mid-May. Do you have the vulnerability to talk about the things that get in the way of your happiness in relationship? Do you have the vulnerability to feel weak as your muscles get stronger? Do you have the vulnerability to feel stupid and make mistakes as you learn that language? We have the Fool upright. Beautiful transition. I feel like you guys were caught up in some shadowy elements of yourself where you resisted being vulnerable in that way. And now, mid-May, you're finally allowing yourself to feel stupid, to feel weak, to feel shadowy. And as, like, I know that sounds so backwards, but like that's actually your strength. You know, you're like, I'm excited for this new beginning that I've been working towards. And I think you're starting to finally like sit with your demons, face your teachers really. And allow yourself to be this fool, to not know, to be ignorant, to be sloppy, to be messy. Because when you don't know, that's when you're in the biggest learning curve of your life, you know? It's the people who like to think that they know everything and who feel extremely confident in all of their opinions that are actually some of the dumbest people in the world. You know? Because if you think about children and how rapidly they grow and evolve, they grow and evolve because they don't have that ego. They don't have that I know everything mentality. They know that they have learning to do. And when you maintain that sense of, I know I have learning to do, I know I have room for improvement, and I'm willing to face the challenges, the difficulties of growth, you become unstoppable. And with the Fool card coming out here mid-May, there is a new beginning coming through for you, a fresh start that is transpiring here, a fresh start for you to do things differently. We have the Empress. Yes. I want to cry, Libra. I want to cry because this reading is so beautiful. Like, I think you are registering that perhaps you've handled things not the best way in the previous weeks or months. And you didn't have the strength to just sit with your shadows, to do the hard thing. And for whatever reason, mid-May, you're getting your intention straight. You really want to protect something beautiful. And you're allowing yourself to grow. And so much abundance is coming as a result. And it's going to unfold rapidly, so rapidly. With the Empress here, this is like, and the Fool here, like this is so much newness, new love, new prosperity, new blessings, new money, new growth all around you. And it's aligned with the season if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. You know, we're in the second half of spring and all these plants are going to start exploding with life. And your life follows that similar pattern. Your life is about to explode with growth. And then final card out is the Five of Air in reverse. Underneath the Messenger of Water in reverse. So these two cards talk about acknowledging when it's time to walk away from a relationship or from something that takes a lot more than it gives in order to protect one relationship, one beautiful area in your life. You need to be willing to face the shadows and understand that something is not working and it's time for you to walk away. That's the Strength card in reverse. Not acknowledging that something is not working. Not acknowledging the darkness there. Okay? Make the choice. Walk away. Cut your losses where you need to cut your losses in order for the new growth, the new abundance to rapidly unfold. It needs the space to do that. It may be very difficult, Libra. It may be very difficult to let go of the old toxic foundations. And with the Four of Earth in reverse as your first card out, this is a card of clinging on, hanging on to something way too tightly. And Five of Air in reverse being your final card, you may be hanging on too tightly to something that hurts you. Okay? Release it. Acknowledge that it hurts and it's not going to work. Release it and let it go, because there are other things in your life that are being represented by these major arcana cards. Soulmate energy things that are meant for you, that are ready to just explode with life, explode with love. There's a beautiful path here, a beautiful long road ahead here of love, of prosperity, feeling good. Those things can't really fully unfold until the toxicity of the past that you've been hanging on to is released and let go of. Protect these new starts by facing your shadows. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this mid-month message. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course, so check it out. Bye-bye.